Okay, so this is where your notes will actually start. You're going to have to write some things on this page. So when you're finished, you can either stop the video during your note taking or before you finish. You can stop the video before your note taking is finished and you can write in the notes that you need to complete the page. So we're going to start by talking about the key ideas in this particular section. We're going to talk about the addition properties of equality, or two properties actually, the addition and subtraction properties of equality. And these are really important properties to note because you have to use them in order to solve equations. So let's get started. What is the addition property of equality? Well, the addition property of equality is just when you add the same number to both sides of an equation, and it will produce an equivalent equation. So you want to go ahead and write this in your notes. There is an algebraic way of explaining this, so I can explain it in words, but I can also show you using algebra. So here's the example of what the algebra would look like. This says if a number, and we're going to call it A, is equal to another number, we're going to call it B, then if you add a third number, A, if you add C to it, you have to add C to the other side of the equation to keep it equal. In other words, you need to balance the equation out. Okay, so this is what gets put in your notes. Adding the same number to both sides of an equation produces an equivalent equation. And then the algebraic explanation to that would be if you have two numbers, A and B, and they're equal to one another, then A plus C equals B plus C. So stop the video here and take those notes. I'm just going to explain to you what that actually means though. Let's say A has a value of 6 and so does B, because here in this part of the algebraic expression it shows that, or equation, it shows that they're equal. They would both have to be 6. And let's say we had a third number C and we had to add it to them. Both sides would have the 6, both sides you would add 4 to it, and then each side would have a value of 10. They still stay equal. As long as you add the same number to both sides, you will have an equivalent equation. The main idea is that you balance, each equation when you're solving for a variable. If you add something to one side of an equation, you need to add the same exact thing to the other side of the equation. So if you add a value to one side, whatever that value is, you need to add it to the other side as well. So put this part that I circled in your notes, and then we'll move on to the next slide.